Eve knew exactly where she was. It didn't matter. Any direction she chose to run in would bring her trouble. The house was straight ahead with the beach just beyond it, but it was too open, and the moon was too close to full. She'd be seen for sure. If she ran to the right, she'd hit the road. That would take her to Florence Bay, but there was nothing down there except a composting toilet block and an abandoned scout building, so that was out. Behind her was too much bush to contend with. She could run left. That would take her back up the hill to the main road. It wasn't far, less than a kilometre, but anyone looking for her would be doing it there. She was fucked. Or maybe not, she thought. Maybe if I can... Eve! It was a scream from somewhere close by. It echoed off the hillside in the darkness. Okay, no, I'm fucked. Eve blinked the sweat out of her eyes and tried to slow her racing heart. She pressed her back harder into the rock face. She was standing at the base of an enormous boulder. Its surface was rough under her palm and still warm, hot even, from the day just gone. I have to remember this, she thought, and took note of its features. Magnetic Island was full of boulders, all versions of this one, 2 stories high and leaning on a dangerous angle, like they could topple at any second. But the boulders never fell. They stood through every cyclone, monsoon, and king tide like they'd done for thousands, maybe millions of years already. Eve, I know you can hear me. The voice again, coming from somewhere up on the hill. The crack of a gunshot made Eve's heart leap in her chest. Then she was running. She had no control over it. Her body just did it. The sound of the shot ricocheted off the hillside and sent a cloud of bats screeching into the air. The water is dark, she thought, as she stumbled over rocks and tree roots. I'll hide in the oyster rocks. Her own breath was the only sound in her ears now. Her whole body ached, screaming for oxygen. A tree branch slashed her face, but she didn't put a hand up to check for blood. She needed them both for balance. The beach was less than 100 metres away. The dry creek bed tripped her up. She fell and split her knee open, but got up and kept running. As she hit the road, she thought her chest would explode, but the beach was in sight. The moon threw shards of silver onto the water as Eve aimed for it. There were no footsteps after her. Holy shit, she thought. Maybe I'll actually get out of this. She was 50 metres from the safety of the water when she was yanked sideways and she went down. Or was it up? Her feet definitely left the ground, but only for a second before she was tasting sand. Somebody had her by the shoulder. Before she could cry out, there was a hand over her mouth, squeezing her jaw. She fought, but it was too strong. Maybe I can't control much of what happens next. The voice was closer now, maybe 20 metres away. But I've got plenty of time to kill you.